Namaste! Namaste, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Yes, baby. No is a complete sentence, Big Cat. A complete sentence. Boundaries and all that. Pinkies up. As we dive into this particular peccadillo. And you know I can't see shiznut. Well, I can see, right? I can see without my spectacles of truth, but I can't read shit. And if I haven't got them round my neck, in my hand, and you can't even see the pattern of my glasses case, I can't see it for you, and I can't see what you're saying. I tell you this often. As we dive in, boy, everything just went big on me. You're wondering why I'm bouncing? I'm on the core ball, darling dear. We are tightening up our cores. Okay? You need a core ball, a Swiss ball, a yoga ball in your life to practice the back and forth, the rounds and rounds, both ways, darling dears, and you bounce up and down. It's to get the Kundalini energy fired up, darling dears. It's healthy for your spine. It brings all of the lubrications to your vertebrae. Remember them same vertebrae that they stabbed you in? It wasn't even a stab, it was a tab blood. They get no S. Yes, baby, we're going to go through the planetary energies before we press on. I'm going to try and keep my eyes focused on you guys and not on my notes, even though they are to the letter, because I'm Capricorn Midhaven, darling dear. If I've got to do something, I do it to the letter. Come in, big cats. Come on. Anyhow, the planetary energies today, darling dears, Jupiter has gone retrograde in Aries. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and truth, beauty, darling dears, and possibly even luck. Luck of a leprechaun big cat. Jupiter is the guru planet, teaches some hard lessons that can bruise your ego. I've told you many times, your ego is not your amigo, blood. Your ego is your conscious mind. When you feel somebody's taken your partner, taken your best friend. No, babe, they took nothing from you. You returned it. You returned it because you had the receipt, darling dear. Pinkies up. Anyhow, over the next 4 months, your focus will shift to your internal, darling dears. You're going to be becoming more mature, more discerning, right? Using your third eye, which has been buffed up to a bitchin' shine. You also, big cat, guess what? We've got a new moon in Leo. Another big cat. Fist bump. Leo, the 5th house. The Leo's keywords are I create. We are tapping into our creative modes, darling dears. Where we stand in silence, sit in silence, so that we can hear guidance, darling dear. Where our best next step is going to be, darling dear. Because there's so many T-Rex arms around. Yes, baby. I tell you about this all the time. T-Rex arms. Yeah, I've got my Saturn earrings on, right? It's got a star on it, so in light of that, I put on my Capricorn ring, darling dear. You know how I love a throuple. Not a skullduggerous throuple. Not a throuple that I didn't sign up for. Big cat. I'm telling you, I'm such a chatty cat. Anyhow, right? The fresh lunar energy surrounds you with as I said, creativities and your thought process, your communicating with your higher self. The higher self is your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is feminine energy. The conscious mind is male energy, darling dears. You've got to get it together. I tell you these, listen, well, maybe not this particular peccadillo, but I drop them on you, darling dears. I drop them on you, but you've got to be paying attention, darling dears. You might not have all of the details together, but presenting your general idea to the right personages or platform, opening up your business, darling dear. This is what the new moon in Leo is giving us the energy to go one step further. We're getting Star Trek up in this bitch, darling dears. I tell you this all the time. We've got no time to be clutching pearls, right? Going with what? The stagnation. We keep it moving. We keep the flow. They're wondering what's going on with you, darling dear. It's because you've become a matrix kind of a cat. I told you, darling dear, this core ball is what's doing it for me, darling dears. I'm telling you, it's opened up my childlike spirit. The fifth house is also about children, darling dears, as well as your childlike spirit. People. Well, they said there was people. We didn't do the scratch and sniff test yet, darling dears. We haven't done it. Because why? They would spoil that shit. She's naive, darling dears. The childlike spirit, it pisses them off. Yes, it does. It pisses them, and I'm off. Why? Because you decided that no was a complete sentence. This is a perfect time, darling dear, to what? Manifest your dreams, your ambitions, and your goals. I told you, big cat, conceive, believe, and achieve, and it shall be done. The universe is what? Abundant. There is enough for everyone out there. But you have to know what questions to ask, what you truly desire, darling dears, because when you're in the wrong company, oh no, how now, brown cow? You may manifest these shiznais, but it won't last. It'd be like fodder on the wind. This is why what? We protect our energies and we use the no as a complete sentence. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in because I keep looking at myself in the camera and I'm so distracting. Yeah, I know. Oh, the fashions? I've got a little what? Today I'm what? Signora Cat. Right? It's a little wrap over. And I got myself a little underdress because it would show far too much of what's going on, right? With what I've got going on in life, darling dear. The core ball will tighten up your stomach muscles, everything, darling dears. I don't sit on any other chairs. I sit on my ball and I mind my business. As must you, big cat. Whether you're male or female, get yourself a core ball. Follow my Amazon store link and pick up your one. This one cost me what? £15.99 because I hail from the UK. I keep telling you. Well, I do because I'm a chatty cat. But anyway, we're going to talk about this no being a whole sentence. Let's dive in, darling dears. Let's dive in. I'm already into the what? 747. A highly spiritual number, darling dear. The 7 is what? Cancer energy. It's also what? The energy of enlightenment and its success. The 4 is the number of what? The Emperor. In some cases, the God card. About what? Claiming authority in your life, darling dears. Yes, it's also about what? Gathering intel. As an emperor, whether you are male or female, you gather your forces together. Why? Because when you gather back your forces, is all your internal energy. This is your faith, right? Feeling all in the heart and rising. Yes, baby, because fear is something we feel. We feel it all and we continue to rise as the Big Cat Chronicles continues, darling dears. It's got to go on. Yes, yes, yes. As I was saying, darling dears, you will love the what? The spotlight. It's about to be on you whether you like it or not, darling dear. The tables are turning on the romance field, darling dears. As well as what? The finances, your business, your confidence, darling dear. This is why I wore the yellow, all the tones of yellow, darling dear. We're going for what? The solar plexus today. Yes, yes, yes. We lead with confidence, darling dear, as they get tower moment after tower moment, because they've got to suck it up, mate. Matter of fact, give them a straw so they can take a seat in the presence of greatness. Fist bump. Anyhow, I digressed again. But then again, it's about what? Not getting smoke blood and not smoking yourself, big cat. Anyhow, when you are giving out all of your yeses, darling dears, which is your currency, your energies, darling dears, you will become depleted and on the rocks of life. What do you do when you stop swimming? You get on your back and you do the backstroke, darling dear. Yes, you are what? All-purpose, right? Multitasking big cat. Pinkies up. Anyhow, I digressed again. When you give out too many yeses, darling dears, the opportunity that you prayed for, that you worked for, will turn up, but you're depleted because you've given out too much of your energies, your yeses. Your yes, darling dears, is extremely, highly, very expensive. It's expensive, right? Because when you give a yes, people love you and it gives you instant gratification. But who gets it without the Vaseline on the back end? A big cat that doesn't understand their worth and their powers. When you give out a yes, darling dear, yes, your yes is what? Your time. Your time is what? Your capital. Your yes, right, is your energy, darling dear. Your energy is your investment, my dear big cat. Your yes is your availability, darling dears. Your availability is what? Your opportunities that you're turning away in the face of giving a yes because you don't want them to be upset with your no. Well, guess what? They're going to turn into Rumpelstiltskin. Just saw 1111 on the counter, darling dear. They will stamp their foot and disappear with that no. They can be as mad as they want. In fact, I might even send them a cape. They can be Captain Mad. Yeah. Remember, darling dears, my dear big cat, I'm your best friend. You have to remember that you are a limited resource. What's that resource? Your time, your energy, and your availability, darling dears. A no will truly qualify whether or not a relationship is healthy. Yes, baby. Because you've got those that like to manipulate you and have you as a thumber. A thumber! Taking it without the Vaseline. They wanted you in the what? The double white coffin, darling. And guess who's going to be on the back end? Right in the bottom bunk. You big cat looking at their crack as they busted it wide. Why? Because you was afraid to say no. Some relationships you will notice around you, darling dears, as people live in toxic cycles, being pulled about by what the devil's strongest workers. It even happened to you. This is why you found me. It was because they was unable to say no. And some relationships are only still being barely held together by the wickedness and the toxicity because they keep saying yes. Yes to F shit. Yes to be run over. Yes to be cheated on. Yes to be lied to. Yes to be what? Financially depleted by what? The T-Rex arms, darling dears. The only way, my dear big cat, right, you can have a win, a real big win in life, is to have a healthy amount of no's. Baby, line them up. As we call in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides, as above, so below, from Keitha to Malkuth. Namaste. Energies up, big cat, as we dive in to this peccadillo. See what's going on. We're going to go with the True Love Oracle. Fell right into my handses. Let's give it a good shufty. Got to be fair, darling dears. I'm in such a bouncy, vibrant mood. Oh my gosh, big cat, guess what? My son, right, about 6 days ago, he went downstairs in the middle of the night and he left the fridge door open. That was the first strike against my Irish moss. So I said, okay then, maybe I can recover it. So when I found it in the morning, I shut the fridge door. That night, no, I'm lying. The next morning when I came downstairs, my whole jar of Irish moss had been left on the table overnight. Listen, I wanted to abuse my ankles with my own, baseball bat. Nay, I couldn't believe it. I said, I can't throat punch this boy. I can't. I didn't beat my children, but good God, he put me through it. But I made another batch and I used it's a deep blue, darling dear. I've used the blue spirulina. I used my Irish moss. I used my Actify water, the 9.0 and plus, right? The pH balance, because I told you, as a human, you have, well, a spiritual being having a human experience, your natural pH is between a 7.4 or 5. So when you use a 9, you're raising your vibration. So I made some more, right? Yeah. right? And I used the blue spirulina. I used the shelled hemp seed. I used a lot of ginger to preserve it, right? Because I know the wicked, they're not meaning to be wicked, but they can be used. Oh my God. I had to make myself, what, calm down, case, shut shit down. But fortunately for me, I bought 2 new bags of Irish moss and I just popped some more in the fridge overnight, washed it all off and cut it up. And he came downstairs and blended it for me. So I said, okay, then I can't throat punch him today, but I can get him in his pocketbook, his handbag, his wallet, right? At what pocket money day, darling, there, because consequences must be paid. Right, now that I've got that off my chest, that's the only thing bugging me. I've got to go out today, my chariot of righteousness. I don't wait until the day before school starts to get the uniform. No, no, no. I told you, Capricorn, Midhaven, right? Somebody's not on their spiritual path. They're from the dark side. When they go home, right, at night time and go to their mud hut and they go into their bedroom, right? A dark entity is waiting for them like what? Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yes, baby. This is somebody who's immature. This is someone who is shape-shifting and mean. Somebody who wants to what? Fly on your coattails, but they have not done the work. Somebody who wants you to what? Do a mission impossible on them in their life. Good God, you better get Matrix with that shiznai, darling dears. No, no, naughty big cat. Don't pay attention to them. This also speaks about what? The DNS. They're going through it, darling dear. Being shown themselves. Oh well. They don't like it. They better learn to love it. Somebody who has not reached any form of spiritual maturity, so they are acting as what? A page in the reverse. Gosh, I barely had the stomach muscle for that. Give me 2 more cards, please. They've learned nothing. Their heart chakra is blocked. They are operating on what? Mechanical mode. It also speaks about what? Blocking their intuition and their discernment. This could be from the recreational drugs, alcohol. It could even be overwork because they are working like a field hand, darling dear. And it's all about the self-worth. You've added tax, darling dear. You know your worth. When you look into the mirror, darling dears, the first thing you say is, thank God. Thank you, God. Then you tell yourself how beautiful, fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely you are. Then you do what? Set your intentions for what you intend to achieve and what manifest in your situation. You've also understood that the only person you really can trust on this Malkuth is your image mate, you. You can only trust you, yeah? Everybody else has to be interviewed, right? Because they're not on the same path as you. The same ones that can't trust their own shadows after dark. Why? Because they got the T-Rex arms, darling dears. The T-Rex arms. You know your worth. And you've added tax. How does your garden grow? With silver bells and conker shells. Mary, Mary. Yeah, you dropped a shackle, darling dear. And this is where you're going to what? Be bursting your waterfall. It speaks about what? Sexual freedom. But when you see it in the reverse, darling dear, it means what? A situation has already been set into action. Somebody's afraid of where you're going to be taking your genitalia off to. How dare they? They better back off. Where you bring your what? Seat of emperors and empresses is no one's business but yours. But be cautious, my dear big cat. We are not supposed to go into any physical union until I believe it's after the 25th of October. I believe it's to do with the retrogrades, but tomorrow's read, I'll bring up my notes that I put together on that, and I will tell you exactly why you have to hold off on any form of sexual action until the 25th of October. Well, you don't have to. I told you I'm a pointer, not a picker, right? But so far, everything's been working for me, darling dear. This is also speaking about what? Someone who's what? Getting soul tie over after soul tie, darling dear. They're what? Stabbing anyone. Any vacant orifice, darling dear. Yes, baby. They'll be living up to their true name of what? Dig dealer mattress back. Yeah. They're trying to what? Get over you. They see you sitting in your seat of emperors and empresses. What? Worthy, darling dears. You understand your worth. You understood the work you had to do to what? Get the spiritual maturity. You had to walk by faith and not by sight, big cat. How dare they want to come and take your energies at this stage of the game? blaming you for everything. Some of them believe that what? Look at this. This is a lotus. A lotus is able to what? Blossom in the most dirtiest of waters, darling dears. And blossom you did. But your blessing was not for them to see and appreciate. We've got a whole 8. The energy of what? The strength card. Big cat Leo energy, darling dears. This new moon in Leo, darling dears, is going to teach you about what? Self-love, and how you show it straight up to their face by using the energy of a powerful no, darling dears. Some of you will have to be using the communicative dance, because no contact means no contact. You're not going back to see if they've got a pulse. You don't need to know none of those things. It's below your spiritual pay grade. They're not on the same path as you. They were sent to you as a lesson, darling dear. Did you get the lesson? When they cut you to your white meat, when you thought you thunk you couldn't go on without this person or people in your life, but yet you still go on, darling dear. Come through Deline Leon. What's her name? Celine Dion. Push, clap. Good gosh. Tongue-tied and all that. They're tongue-tied in your presence, darling dear. They have to be, because why? They are in the presence of what? Nobility, royalty, darling dears. As you understand your role on this Malkuth, having got a hold of what? Your North Node, your birth natal chart. Your heart chakra is free to love again, but the love must go to the Most High, then yourself, then your progeny. Remember I told you that. Anyone coming into your presence as you continue on your journey of awakening, because it's a daily process, darling dear. There's no, I've got to what? Burst your balloon. There is no what end destination, because you are a masterpiece in working. In the working. Not the making, because you already made, darling dear. You're here. Anyone coming into your presence now, as you realize your worthiness and your light, darling dear, they will automatically understand that they are in the presence of royalty, darling dears. Why? Because they will feel guided, they will feel healed, they will feel whole, they will feel motivated, they will feel what? They are getting what? Knowledge, darling dear. So this is why you must protect your energies under the what? The new moon in Leo. Leo, the 5th house. As I said, you lead with what? The I create. This also speaks about what? Fertility. Some of you will be finding that you are getting pregnant during this season. Or, we already discussed a throuple, skullduggeress. You may find out that someone else is pregnant or brought forward a child that you didn't agree to. Baby, if it wasn't from your ovaries or your scrotum, darling dears, you didn't agree to it, especially if it's been bought on in someone else's ovaries. Listen, I digress again, but you get my drift, darling dear. The 5th house, darling dears, opposite. What's the opposite of Leo? The opposite of Leo is what? Aquarius. Aquarius's key word is what? I know. I create and I know. So this alone should be telling you, darling dears, you have to have confidence in what you're creating. Know that it will come to fruition. Know that you have the energy. Know that you'll be given the downloads to achieve the desirable outcome. This is a season or the time under this new moon where you'll be what? Changing your status for the better, darling dears. They've all got to watch, as they're no longer allowed to sit at your table. So what will they do? They'll go for the old you, the old mistakes you made, and try and rehash that. But they're talking to the dull-eyed ones, simpletons, on the same spiritual short bus, going nowhere as they focus on your grass, being abundant, darling dear. As you are what? Enjoying yourself. They can't even understand how you manage to enjoy yourself on your own. But you're not alone, darling dears. Always guided by the Most High. Always protected by your ancestral team. You only have to ask and it will be given. Knock and it shall be opened. Proverbs 13:20. When you walk with the wise, darling dear, you will be wise. This is why they want to come back. This is why you'll be attracting new energies. But you have to use discernment in this season. Some will be coming to what? Give you equal give and take. Reciprocity. I said it! Listen, you know how long that word escaped me? Anyway, right? Reciprocity. I said it again, darling dears. Fist bump. There will be some that's coming to give you the this and the that, darling dear, but there will be others that are coming to take, trying to what? Counterfeit your gangster. When what you are dealing with, darling dear, came from the inside. This is why what Einstein told us. Even the Bible says, know thyself. Every religious text tells you to know thyself. Tesla tells you what? The key to the universe 369 is when you know thyself. Going within, darling dear, there are many that can't be alone with themselves. They will go with any baggage, darling dear, any basura, anything, just not to have to sit with their own self. Something that you have mastered like a boss, big cat, posh clap. Ah, you don't want no one with no fly away, Polani off at all. You ain't up for no soul ties, blood. You can't be tempted off your throne to jump onto what? Questionable orifices or receptacles. Baby, because they lack creativity, darling dear. And you don't want them to block your creativity as divine is giving you what? A step up in your consciousness. Your subconscious, darling dear. Your feminine mind. And then this is what people are failing to understand. We are in the age of Aquarius. It's the age of I know. Not I believe, not I think, not I feel, but I know. Confidence, darling dears. We lead with confidence. And if you're not sure, you become a keyboard gangster and find out some information. Don't just lead by my word. I'm a pointer. I task you with every day in finding shiznai out to yourself. Knowledge is power. And power is power. And I'll have nothing else said. Let's press on, darling dears. Are we going to be using the... No, we're not going to use these today. We're going to use something else. I'm just going to lay them on the table. Do we? Yes, we do. Base of the deck, darling. Oh, Capricorn energy, Saturn energy, darling dear. I told you somebody's caught up in being what? Extremely obsessively jealous of what you've got going on. This is somebody who has what? Still sexual desire for you. Whether it was a what? A romance or a friendship. They wanted you, darling dear. Sweaty and naked. No, this don't look good. We've got the devil card in the upright. I nearly said Kate, catamaran. What's that word? Freudian slip meant to come out. Anyhow, this is a hedonistic. I already told you somebody's drinking and drugging it up, trying to hide from their situation. This is also somebody who's has a penchant for what? Physical abuse. When they can't get their words out, they're a dummy bat, darling dear. They have to resort to fisticuffs to get anyone to listen to them. So try that shit with me, mate. You'll get the full-on what? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Where's Nay? Nay! And if you don't know how to protect yourself, go and watch my Don't Get Smoked video, where I teach you self-defense and light kung fu. We'll have none of this not. Telling you. Outrageous for sure, darling dears. The devil energy of it all, as I said, they're obsessively jealous and they're using their what? Reverse root chakra to what? Trying to what? Soothe their hatred, jealousy, and avarice that they've got what? Focused on you because you said a whole sentence when you said, no, get thee behind me, Satan. I'm not going back to the mud heart. I will fight with everything, darling dear. Why? Because it was a weapon that was formed, darling dear, but it didn't prosper. Oh, that's a big slip. Let's see what energies are out here. These bottom feeders on that dark path into what? Wickedness. They're going through the DNS, darling dear, and they're not loving it. They're lacking creativity, and they're immature as fuck, right? And their emotionals, right? It's chalky on crack and opioids. Yes, they've got no enlightenment. Even the luminosity is in the reverse, darling dears. Come on. What's going on here? Yeah, because you're single and independent as fuck, darling dear, as fuck. Listening to your higher mind. The Nine of Pentacles, somebody's after you, darling dear, or somebody's. They want to get involved. They want to see how your garden is growing, where you get your what? Your confidence from. Your confidence comes from the Lord, darling dear, because you know you are protected and guided. You come from a royal lineage of healers, darling dears. Whatever you turn your hands to, darling dears, turns to gold. Your second, your sixth, and your 10th house told you so. Only after you found your Chiron. You know your worth and you've added tax. And you're drama free. As free as the wind blows. Yes, baby. Drama free. You know how to sit with yourself, to walk alone, right? To tap into your creativities, right? And build what? An empire. Multiple streams of income. Base of the deck, darling dear. Because you healed, you fell back. Minding your own business ID. This is a chance that you took to what? Recoup, darling dear. You had to tell yourself some hard truths. Three of Swords pointed at your what? Your third eye, right? Your throat chakra and your heart chakra. You had to tell yourself what? Hard truths. The DNS had to look over my shoulder again. I told you, I'm the red light, green light champion of 71, 79. Didn't tell anyone. I know you won't, big cat. Why? Because you're the red light, green light champion too. No, mate. The Four of Swords, you had to fall back. This is a healing. You healed in your singlehood, darling dear. You healed on every level, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Financially, darling dear. But we ain't going to talk about the finances because it's going to have them what in uproar, trying to storm your castle. But I told you, peasants, if they want to come back, darling dear, they can come back under only one stipulation. They must come with their head on the platter, right? Their head must be separated from their body and they must be carrying said platter. If they can do that, it'd be great. You fell back in a situation, learned yourself. The sword speaks about what? Inner talking as well as inner communication. Because what they did to you, darling dear, affected your third eye, your ability to see, to use your intuition, darling dear. It affected your throat chakra, where you were saying yes, yes, yes to everything, while the whole of your life was crumbling, darling dears. And to what? Your heart chakra. They wanted your heart to be cold. They wanted it to be filled with bitterness. But you are a soldier for the light, darling dear, a child of the Most High, sent to bring your healing skills, whether it's the skill of the what? Writing, making films, writing books, cooking food, hairdressing, whatever you put your hands on, darling dear, turns to gold. Remember I told you that? And the new moon in Leo, we will be setting our intentions. Tonight is a night for what? To put all of our crystals out to what? Regenerate, right? Re-energize them, darling dears. Whatever you do, darling dear, Pentacles also speaks about health work. You could be doctors, nurses. You could be a nursing assistant. But when you lay your hands on people, darling dear, they feel calm. They feel healed. And you know this. And they know this. Everybody's knowing something. Some for their betterment, you knowing your worth, knowing that you are worthy. Come through with mind-altering fucking ease. When your ancestral teams say yes, this is about balance and moderation. It's also represented by Sagittarius, the only zodiac sign that comes weaponized, darling dear. Every one of your arrows, darling dear, is what? An arrow of the truth. And it's to back off bitches and mitches, darling dear. Because what? The truth is like kryptonite to their skin, darling dears. It's like holy water to their what? Prakalisha self. Yes! Can't take the truth. This also speaks about the moderation and balance you've brought into your life. As you what? Exist in two worlds. The 3D and the 5D, darling dears. I told you, we are what? Balancing out our feminine energies. Feminine energies is ruling what? The subconscious. Whether you are male or female. My hand is itching me. Skrilla is afoot, darling dears. Thank you very much for the super chat. Because you ain't heartbroken no more. You are seeing things clearly. You understood who is what? Scandalous, skullduggerous. And a bottom feeder, pardon me, that was a spiritual belch. Because I speaks the truth, Roof. Pinky's up. You've learned to put the bass in your voice when you tell the truth, darling dear. Baby. My screen keeps going off. I don't know why. The devil is a liar. Oh, let me see if I can bring up the comments. Because you know how the mechanicals can get squiffy and do their own thing, and I just show up, yeah? First in the chat, Dangerous Temptress, Fist Bump. We've also got what? Slim Jim Wagwan, Big Cat Wave, Empress Emperity. Hello, darling dear, Pinky's up. Infinite Goddess, Wagwan. We've got what? Satara Ashford. Hi. What a beautiful name. We've got Delzik, Wagwan, Fist Bump, Alexis Holmes. I hope those cards are serving you well. Did you get them? We've got Genji, Wagwan. We're on what? Yes, darling dears. We're on Thursday. And guess what? Jupiter Thursday. And guess what? Jupiter is retrograde in Aries, where people are going to be self-serving, darling dear, and looking for a port for their what? Their ship that's full of holes, blood. They can't find safe haven with you. You're not taking on tenants. Not in this season. No. Who else is here? Order Die, Wagwan, Kimon Rayner. Hi. Who else do we have here? Scrolling, I'm scrolling. Cairo Kelly, Wagwan. Are you good, darling dear? Carol Mustika, glad you could pop in. Yeah. Not loving the fact that you're single, independent, learned a way to heal, darling dear. This goes to Seven of Swords, somebody that would love to sneak back into your situation. It also speaks about what? Ruminating thoughts and self-sabotage. You've learned to rest that shiznai by using that wonderful word called cancelled. You're using your core ball to bring up those deep, old emotional wounds, to drag them out of your darling dear, because it's time, it's so 2020. Balance and moderation. This also speaks about you being an earth angel, darling dears, the temperance in the upright. This also speaks about your long-term vision, darling dears. Whatever you are planning right now, darling dear, it surely will grow. This is steady progress. Keep it moving and keep silent. Button it. Don't tell anyone anything. Don't tell me. Tell the Most High. From whence will your help come? Your help come from the Lord. Psalms 121. It's the deck. Look at this. The page I was just talking about. The skullduggerous page. The page of cups. Right? Immature. Don't care what age they are. They're a page. Poor. If this is not your progeny, this person is a lying liar. Been gifted psychically, darling dear. It's a water energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, darling dears. But they're a liar. And what? They're actually what? Flying like a pig, darling. They're looking for a safe haven. This is also somebody who is on the down low, whether male or female, darling dear. This is why they're so hateful to either men or women, misandrist or misogynist, darling dear, because they can't live and be whom they truly want to be on this Malkuth. Could be from a cultural upbringing. Or they maybe had what? A not parent of the same sex or the opposite sex that gave them hell. This person is on Chucky time. Yes. They'd like to come through with an apology, but you're not having it, mate. You'd rather speak to a bird. I'm talking to your higher self, than take an apology or eat or drink around this person. You no longer sit at that table. Base of the deck, destabilized foundation. Whomsoever this person or people are, darling dear, they're going for a bit of what? Tower moment. Bad things are happening. They're in environments, right, where everybody is self-serving. They feel alone in a situation. They would love to come back to you, right, and find healing so they can regenerate themselves and start thinking clearly about other shiny objects. Yes, they would love to. They'd love it. Right? Unfortunately for them, your Queen of Swords in that she's naive. If you're male or female, the Queen of Swords in the reverse will be somebody bitter, living on someone else's time, living within someone else's paradigm. What they done did, darling dear. But in the upright, you're thinking clearly, highly intelligent. You're getting spiritual downloads, and your no is a whole sentence. Yeah. This is about you, what? Divorcing yourself from situations you may even be divorced. The Queen of Swords is also somebody, can portray someone who is what? A divorced male or female, a widower, or somebody who is childless or have not had children yet. Or your children have flown the nest, darling dear, or about to. But whatever the situation is for you, right? You lead with the truth roof. Pinkies up. You see the lie of the situation, the energy that they come to steal. Rob, what? And plunder, pillage, and loot. They've got T-Rex arms and you're not having it, blood. You've already been through the destabilization, lived on the lies they told, darling dear. This is why you're single as fuck. Base of the deck, you have an emperor coming towards you, darling dear. Somebody who's been on their own healing journey. The emperor could represent a friend. It could represent a promotion, a new job, something that you apply to, something that is more to your what management, darling dear. Something that's going to bring you peace. Ooh, let's find out about this emperor. Where's my tiny cards? Base of the deck, we've got the Cancer energy, Moon energy, as well as Pisces energy. This is also speaking about somebody who's coming from what? Bad energy, fake friends, unable to trust anyone. This is someone that also learned to walk alone, as do you, darling dear. They will see you as the Nine of Pentacles, full of potential and opportunities. They're going to see you as what? Je de vie, darling dear, full of life. Look at this. Look at this. Good gosh, you see no future in the past, darling dear. Three of Wands, right? You couldn't plan to get out of any situation. In that situation, the Wands also speaks about what? Verbal as well as physical abuse. You were stuck, darling dear, until you learned that lesson, and learned the lesson you did. Queen of Swords. Look what fell out, darling dear. It fell on that skulldugger's page. Pwah! Whomsoever would love to come and lie to you, darling dear. Get you into what? Cognitive dissonance with a big cup of opium and possibly even spell work. This person knows how to what? Turn a thing or two. They see you single and they see you abundant. They believe that you're lucky. They're taking the piss. You're not just lucky. You put your back into it, darling dear. You did the hard work. They're only seeing the what? The result. You had to heal thyself. You had to learn to walk alone, be self-sufficient. And they're out there counting your pentacles, trying to move themselves back into your life, trying to turn up on all sorts of fields, right? The astral, the physical, the mental, thinking about you all of the time, darling dear. Nine of Pentacles twice, darling dear. You know your worth and they know your worth. And that's fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. From the 9 to the then to the 10. And then he said to the then. Freudian slip meant to come out, darling dear. Whatever that then was, it's over. There's no second chances. It's over. Finito, done, finished. Stick a fork in it. Pull you out the oven. You're not showing up for no hood-looking alfalfa. Not at this stage of the game, darling dear. You told this what? You told this bottom feeder that they must hit the road, just like Jack. King of Wands, darling dear, has to fall back. Yes, baby. The King of Wands is someone who is highly intelligent. They're gorgeous. A natural born leader, but this is a leader of a liar, darling dear. This person has been what? Laid down, not sat down by spirit. They are still watching you on the World Wide Web. This person is trying to find out all information, and everything they hear just makes them want to what? Go night night. And when they go night night, your ancestral team wake them up at the 3 a.m. to show them themselves. Yes. Ooh, I just had a feeling of nausea just come over me. Do I have any mints? Somebody's feeling nauseous. Are you pregnant? Or are they nauseous because you're winning? Something's going on, but I'm not getting smoked. Return to sender, that nasty energy. Or possibly they're what? Vomiting because they've got a hangover. You ended that situation, and this emperor is about to end a situation to come towards you, darling dears. Whether it's a friend, whether it's romantic or platonic, they see your worth. Someone that is afraid to live their life without you. What did I say? Going to be making a choice, darling dear. They want to choose you. But you have to what? Decide whether or not you want to get over what you had to get over, right? Leave those that are regretful. You ring my bell. Let the bad Jojo stay with them. Yeah, as I was saying, let the bad Juju stay with them. Realize that you have Two of Cups. What you are seeking, my dear big cat, is seeking you. Five of Cups in the upright. This is the end of a situation. You know it's over. You understand it's over. And somebody's sitting in what? Bitterness, loss, sadness, regret, despair. All of the above, darling dear. And not necessarily in that order, right? They're amongst the codependent. They've done no soul searching, not gone within, darling dear. And they're amongst the codependent, those that are bleeding them dry. And they're crying. And is that a throuple? It looks like blood on the dance floor. Somebody's regretting having you in a throuple, or taking your confidences to a throuple of what? Simpletons, darling dear, feeble-minded. Nothing like time, darling dear, and Saturn to come through and shake up a thing or two. Outrageous, darling dear. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles. They see you set, a good advisor. Now they see you as the one. And it also tells me again about this Emperor. Whether it's a partnership for business, right? This person has their own empire, darling dear. They may want to be your sponsor, a benefactor. This could be a lover. It could be a friend, but somebody who has status, darling dear, who wants to invest in you. Remember to put your work out there, darling dear. You never know who's watching. Just got really sweaty then. Somebody wants me to shut up. Karmic, allow me, yeah? I'm big cat. I'm not having it. Allow me, yeah? Base of the deck. Queen of Cups. This is about your loyalty. You see, unconditional love, darling dear. Unconditional love doesn't mean that you must, what, keep taking it and taking it and taking it without the Vaseline. Unconditional love, when you unconditionally love someone after you feel, it means that you don't stand in judgment of them. But it doesn't necessarily mean you're not standing in judgment of what? Red flag behavior, darling dear. You're playing chess, not checkers. That's unconditional love. You accept people for whom they are. But some people and their behaviors is just unacceptable. You've put a lid on your cup, darling dear, and you're not having it. You don't want it. Two queens on the table. Queens are about nurturing, darling dear. Your emotional side of life. No, I'm lying. Three queens on the table. A throuple, darling dears. You've got the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups. Three queens is about a what? Abundance of emotions being put on the table. But you have to be the Queen of Swords to what? Go through the emotions and realize some emotions are outside of yourself. Energy being directed at you because you're winning. Whomsoever this person that's coming towards you, darling dear, whether it's a benefactor, a lover, if it's a lover, no sexual union until October, 3 months, darling dears. It will give you a chance to see what this person is like when they get a big fat no. And if this is your true divinely guided partner, they don't want to rush you to the boudoir. It's your mind, how you work, how you do things, how you manifest. This is what they're going to be focused on and investing in, darling dears. You need to see a person when they haven't got any money, or their money situation, their investments aren't going right. You need to see them when they're angry. You need to listen to what happened in their past relationships. And if they come through blaming it all on the other partner, this is not your partner. This is what? A high commander Decepticon, a son or daughter of Pennywise the Clown. You're going to have to make a decision, darling dears. Queen of Cups, base of the deck, but this person is coming forward quickly. This also speaks about travel as well as information. Somebody's trying to send you a message, but you're thinking clearly it can't be a message going for your heart, because listen, when you close the chapter, mate, you shut the door for good. Base of the deck, manifestation mode. You're calling in what you truly deserve. Divine is about to gift you with more tools, darling dears. Because why? Your name be agent of karma, darling dears. Judgment. Whomsoever crossed you in the past, darling dear, and did it knowingly, because they do it with a sound mind. When they F you over without the Vaseline, they knew exactly what they was doing. You must be that agent of karma. And the judgment also speaks about what? An ex-friend, ex-family member, ex-colleague, ex-partner, whomsoever that ex is for you. They would like one more round, Julie, darling dear, like Mac the Knife. That round will be with your hairline, darling dear, and your common sense, your flip-flop, base of the deck. What did I say? Whomsoever crossed you, darling dear, they're going through tower moment after tower moment. Split the deck. But what? You've got no emotion left to give to the public. 5 of Cups. You've done it already. You've got the t-shirt and the mug. 5 of Cups on its face. And you are no longer attracted to toxic situations that have not changed. There's no balance in it. And you are what? Balancing out a thing or two. Calling on your higher self to guide you, the feminine energy, darling dears. Outrageous. They're going for it, mate. That's their business. They're focused on what you are co-creating for yourself, right? Look at this shit. Come on, big cat. you know your worth and have added tax, and they know it too, and they know your potentials, because this is where the Nine of Pentacles goes, darling dear, to the Queen of Peas, and then straight up to the Empress. You've got fate and destiny on your side, change and a new cycle for you, which you co-created as you what? Followed in the footsteps of the Most High. When your subconscious told you to go left, you didn't hesitate. When it told you to what? Stop certain actions, remove your energies from certain people, places and things, you did it without a second thought. You did the work, darling dears, and they have not reached no form of spiritual maturity. Leave them where they are. Good God. It's like a fart lingering, darling dear. They're like a fart lingering. They've learned nothing. Except how to what? Hoodwink and what? Pick up more soul ties. They want to bring that negative energy to you with a bullshit apology that you don't want. They're not living their true life. They're not living on their what? True north. No, darling dear. They're living off the karma of their ancestors as well as what they're creating on this Malkuth. This is what happens when you what? Forgive and call judgment. They have to live out their karma on this timeline. Not give it to their progeny on this lifetime. They must live out the karma they created, and you are that agent of karma, darling dear, when you gave them a whole big fat wet no. How are we going to finish out the read, darling dears? Because we're at the 51. We're going to try this one. 1, 2. Oh, dearie me. We'll get something else. We're going to go with something else. We're going to go with 3, 4, or 5. How are we going to finish out the read, darling dear? That's right, Slim Jim. Faith. Feel all in the heart. Feel it in the heart, darling dear. Don't harden your heart. Proverbs 4:23 says to guard your heart, but not from everything, darling dear. Guard your heart from the skullduggerous, as you are captain of the what? Red flag team, darling dear. You play chess. Kimura Reno saying number 4, and so is Slim Jim. We're going with number 4. For a moment there, I couldn't count. I was like, oh my God, where's 4? Where's 4? Oh my gosh. The devil is a liar. And living at their house. Base of the deck. Decisions. We've got a shell here. It says open up. And the situation that you've outgrown. This is about peace and being a loner, but not lonely, darling dears. It also says what? A secret is about to be revealed. Deck 4. I haven't forgotten. Base of the deck. An offer is going to be on the table for you, darling dear. Whether it's a benefactor, a love situation, a platonic relationship. But remember, it's being what? Brought forward by your ancestral team, soul tribe. A 3 and a 6 goes to a 9. It's a time for you to come out of isolation mode, darling dears. Full-on isolation, law 18, is what? Dangerous to a big cat. That's why I get into my chariot of righteousness. Why do I call my card the chariot of righteousness? Because it's a chariot. And it's righteous. Anywhere I go in that shizna, he's righteous, mate. They're lucky I turned up. Hey! Ah! As I go off to spend my pentacale gifted to me by the Most High. And you know when you go out of your progeny, mate, you always spend more than you intend. It's like they go, here, mommy. It's like they're whipping you. Whipping you. I'm telling you. Your grocery bill goes off the chizain. Please excuse me, I've got to blow my nose. When I do readings, I get caught up with the mucus. Sorry guys. But best out than in. Yes, baby. Right. Final messages for the big cat. As those, listen, somebody wants to come and sling it for you, darling dears. This card hasn't stopped falling down. It's what? Drunken sex. Or what? Drug-induced sex they want to offer you, darling dears. Are you taking on tenants? Do you have a vacant orifice? Baby, don't Gmail me that. Put it in the comments so all the cats can see it. We need to see what's going on out there in them streets. What we must continue to avoid. Right? You're creating a foundation, darling dear. The foundation speaks about stability. It also speaks about your root chakra. No longer in what? Flight, fight, or freeze mode. This is about being a thriver, darling dear, the energy of the 4. Leaning Big Cat, it speaks about manifestation mode, as well as structure, as well as stepping into authority. Bossed up on Mitches and bitches, darling dears. What did I say? Mitch can't kill your vibe. Mitch can't kill your vibe. You can feel the energy from 2 planets away, and it's 2 of these and 1 of those. Yes, I told you. Communicative dance, Big Cat. Yes, baby. 21, ending of a cycle. Yeah. Painful ending for some because they can't leech off your energies, darling dears. Your third eye's buffed up to a bitchin' shine because you found your Chiron. You nearly made me cry. You nearly messed up my eyelashes, darling dears, and I can't have that. I've got to go out. What's this? Because you hold the whip, darling dear. Listen, the bell of regret. Go over there. The bell keeps falling down. They can't ring the alarm on you, darling dear. You hold the whip. You are Khaleesi or Khal in this season. Remember I told you we have the new moon in Leo. Tap into your creative side. Take a time to sit by yourself with pen and paper, darling dears. Get on your core ball and get the energy flowing. It's good for your spine, for your hips. It turns up all of that area, darling dear. You hold the whip, darling dear. You are Khaleesi or Khal. You are that bitch or that garçon in this season. Never you forget that. You was chosen, Peter 1:9, of the generations. 144,000 of us, darling dears. To show people how to heal. To show how you use the whip, right? How you let go of what? The cat o' nines on the hip, darling dear, and you hold the handle. Pardon me, that was a spiritual belch because I speaks the truth, roof. Pinkies up. And also look at the numerology of the read. Once I finish the reading, it'll be at a set time. Go and look at the angel numbers, darling dears. That's an extra message for you. What's this? Don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself, darling dear. It's so unbecoming of a big cat. Use your psychic abilities, darling dears, your discernment and your intuition in every situation. We're doing the Boosie Badass. Tell them at the back. Eyes on everyone. Because there's liars, thieves, cheaters, users, swindlers. Oh my. Right? Back, front, neck tappers, darling dear. With the T-Rex arms, they get no S. Frenemies, haters that come with the bad vibes, the bad intentions, the bad luck, right? The bad credit. And the Panani or Fatum, right? Fulani and Fultum, yeah? Right? That's got the bad memory, the amnesia once it leaves your side. Baby, if that don't make you what? Scream and take the knee, darling dear. And ask Father God, why would this scourge be visited on me again? Why? I'm not attracted to it. These things are not quite the same as I. You have to what? Big up yourself, big cat. Lead with a strong solar plexus. Put something yellow on today. Eat some yellow food. Get your solar plexus moving in the clockwise kind of a way, darling dear. And always be your biggest fan. Use your discernment and your intuition. And also remember, darling dears, sometimes the best lesson to learn is off of someone else's mistake. You can still learn a lesson by what? Understanding someone else's mistake, what was done in that situation. So when it shows up in your life, you know how to step around it as only a big cat can. Dexterous and all that, darling dear. Don't get smoked. Don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. No is a complete sentence, big cat. Remember I told you that. Until we meet again, darling dears. On these tarot screeds. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. 172 in the chat. Fist bump. Hit the thumbs up button. Be my Obi-Wan Kenobi, darling dears. Namaste. Okay. They keep saying they have not seen my face. This is my face. This is the left profile. This is the right profile. And this is the full-on mate. See you again, big cat. Namaste. Third eye buffed up to a bitchin' shine, yeah? Because you're not having it, yeah? We're not having it, blood. And there's no going back. forwards. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, big cat wave.